What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Truck. Listen, 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 listen. Shout out to my man Tip Network. Weighing in on this whole Diddy case and this whole thing here with Cassie and et cetera, et cetera. Um, you know, I'm sitting back and I'm quiet. I'm just sitting back quiet. I'm listening. I'm listening to everything. I'm observing everything. And I put any and all possibilities out on the table. Follow along. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet. Peep this shit out.
You've made a safe place for the truth to be told.
Anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
I keep everything right here. Or right here.
Obviously, she didn't want Puffy to go to jail. Why all y'all wishing jail on Puffy? Not one time did that girl call the police on P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Brother Love. Not one time. I know a lot of relationships. All they do is fight. Fight. Sometimes, man, I know, man, in a relationship so long, man, start a good fight so he can do some good. And after nigga get tired of good, what go back to doing? Some good fight. So that's a lot of toxic relationship. They rap about it in the song. She is sexy, red, glow, really them talk about them toxic relationship where you beat him.
They both toxic. They both fucked up. They both got issues. They're both out of order for different reasons. But we're not going to sit up here and act like Cassie's an angel when it's clear she's not. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
So all I'm saying is,
in New York City, defense attorneys for Sean Combs began their cross-examination of his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
These text messages definitely show kind of this eagerness to participate, the desire to be in his circle, the desire to be loved by him.
Please read this 1364.
I haven't talked to you at all. You don't even try. You rush me off the phone. I'm really hurt. I don't need your money. I need some attention.
You wanted your special time with Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Next question I was going to ask, could Cassie be charged? Will they charge Cassie? Because from what you're telling us...
Dramatic audio was played in court today that people are saying is going to help Diddy out. Day 5 of the Diddy trial, Cassie is still on the stand, and today they played audio of her threatening a DJ.
It was like...
Baby girl was at number 2.
No, she was number 2, and she was setting up...
I told y'all that yesterday. Yesterday I said she was G-Money and Diddy Nino Brown.
The freak-offs, and she allegedly supplied some...
Here's the thing. This whole case is a mirror and an exposure for modern feminist women. Okay? For those women that be on social media, they want the high-value man. He has to have this status. He has to help fund my lifestyle, pay my bills. The mammies that speak this way. Okay? The 99-cent mop bucket pirates that speak this way. The spider monkeys that speak this way. This is exposing y'all. See? Because y'all would do anything for money. Y'all will put up with anything. This is y'all. Y'all moon crickets. This is y'all. This is that behavior.
So fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck.
They were getting high together. That was dope fiend. That's the dope fiend relationship. Man, they blowing, smoking weed, Ciroc drinking, on one another. So don't act like she wasn't down with the freaking. She was down with the freaking.
Oh, hell yeah, she was down with it. She's very promiscuous. We know that. She was with the shit. The things that she had other people do to her while she was drugged up. But again, you knew what you was getting yourself into dealing with Diddy. Okay? We don't spare expense of sympathy for choices that you made, for your actions that you chose to do.
She was mad. I was taking, man, he wasn't making her do that. That's fun for her too. It just wasn't fun when the coin flipped. It's always two sides of the coin now. She wasn't complaining about the fun part. So now, the rain falls on the just too, just like the sun shines on the unjust. And I'm just saying.
This occurred in 2014 when a man alluded to Cassie that he had seen a schmexual video of her. This man apparently told Cassie that he actually had possession of this video. She didn't know what the contents were and he was refusing to tell her. She was heard saying, "I will kill you if you don't tell me right now."
So how did they debunk that?
So they basically asked her, they said, hey, you remember yesterday you testified that you stayed in your home and you were upset and that Puff had allegedly left from a freak off and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah. And they said, well, do you remember the date that you spoke to the prosecutors and you told them that you were forced to get into a car? You were crying, you were upset, but you didn't have a choice according to you, right? Like you were like basically forced to get in this car to go with them to run into Suge Knight. And she was like, I never said that. And they said, oh, okay, well, we have the transcripts from your interview with the prosecutors right here. She pauses for a moment. She said, I don't know why this would say that because I've always said that I didn't go. I had asked some questions about that yesterday to a source who told me that they had heard that there were some conversations about immunity, which would only make sense. But they can't 100% confirm it, but I'll have that by Monday.
I gotta ask some questions. Now, I usually see no need to preference something, but I understand the trickiness of cases like this. But that's the first time that I'm hearing that it was hundreds of freak-offs. Now, my stance on this is that after...
I know a lot about, parties and stuff, because I've been, throughout my career. But I never participated in things like that because I knew, me and my partners knew, when 11 o'clock came, our asses was gone. Because we knew what took place after 1 p.m., after 1 a.m. I'm just sitting back listening. I'm just sitting back, I'm observing. I'm listening, I'm observing, and I'm reporting. Because there's going to be a lot of twists and turns to this case.
Seeing the beating video in that hotel room post freak off, Diddy is absolutely an evil, and a freaky man. But we must put into the court of public opinion, hundreds? If you said ones, tens of, maybe even 50, but hundreds? Well, I do believe that Diddy is a monster. Are we saying that she's completely innocent in partaking in hundreds of these things?
Well, Polite Savages, two things could be absolutely true. She could have been a willing participant in these freak-offs. She could have been the queen, the Bonnie to his Clyde. She could have been the person calling the shots, the number two, not the head honcho, but the executive officer calling the shots. Only one she had to answer to is Puff. She could have also been a victim of DV when she had to be corrected when she didn't want to go through with it. You see, this is a nasty, nasty game we're playing. And when you get to the bottom of the rabbit hole, one thing is for certain. Nobody's hands are 100% clean.
All lies will be exposed. That's all.
When you sell your soul to the devil will have you doing things that you would never, ever thought that you would see yourself doing or saying. Because you got to understand something. Fuck around if you want to. But when it comes to evil, it comes to death, shit needs to go accordingly. Don't get in the way of that. Don't think you're going to alter what's already been written. Shit! But you want that money. Large number of women will do shit for money. And it will show, and it shows how far they willing to go just to get it. And don't care long as they get it. And when they don't get it, is that room for a shakedown? A monopoly takeover? A setup? A manipulation ritual? Assassination of one's character?
She said a lot yesterday and the day before that about how much they were using drugs. So some things may be a little hazy for her. She couldn't even remember some of the escorts' names that they knew that she had slept with, right? So
who remembers escorts' names?
No, she remembered a lot of them because they were using they were using a lot of them for a long period of time and taking them to different states. There was a time in 2017 where things were like super, super hazy, right? And she on the stand said, I really don't remember much from this time because there was something else that they were talking to her about and it was just all over the place and she wasn't sounding like she was telling the truth.
In this text exchange, Cassie says, quote, I want to talk to you about something tomorrow. Going to sleep, love you. Diddy replies, is it going to stress me out? What is it about? Cassie says, FOs, it can wait, it's not a big deal. Diddy then responds, now you don't want to do them anymore? Oh, I already know. You're so predictable. Cassie says, really? Since that's definitely what it was, we'll leave it at that then, since I'm so predictable. Have a good night. Diddy says, whatever, baby, I'm not going to play no games with you, and you ain't gonna keep shutting me down. Cassie replies, I'm not shutting you down. I never do. If anything, it's always the other way around. I wasn't going to say I didn't want to do it anymore. As they get closer to lunch, the defense attorney goes back to asking questions about Cassie breaking up with Diddy for good in 2018. The final straw was after she found a picture of Diddy with Gina, and in a text she said, quote, I don't need you to be taking, I think that's supposed to be care, of Kim and Gina. I needed you to put me first. In another text, Cassie said, I promised myself I wouldn't be with you anymore if you did that to me again.
So the entire narrative that Cassie had to get away from Diddy because of the freak-offs, because of abuse, because of this, because of that is all 100% lie. You see, this is the ethos of the modern woman.
It was because of another woman. It was because of another woman. You know, so as we begin to peel these things back, as we begin to sit back and let shit unfold, unravel, this is why I always say you got to look into things instead of looking at things.
She was okay with the freak-offs as long as she got what she wanted to get. Now was to be his number one, to be the person in a pole position, to have all of the money, all of the status, all of the glamour. But what she was really upset is that Diddy would not keep his member in his pants. He wanted other women. He was going to take care of other women. He wanted a harem, and she didn't want a harem. She didn't want to share the man. So what really happened here and what really went down, according to this testimony, is that she wasn't tired of the freak-offs or the abuse. She wasn't worried about her safety. She was upset that Diddy wanted somebody else. Damn.
Thank you. Thank you. Doesn't that sound like the shit that happens and that goes on with these modern women today? Same damn thing. When they don't get what they want, they sit up here and cry and act like bitches.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell.
Because one thing is for certain, she was in it far more than she led on. And as always, the only thing we can guarantee is tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And sometimes the truth is a dirty, bitter pill. Gotta wash it down with some baby oil and a little take that, take that.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
And jumping right in, the defense attorney has Cassie read a text she sent to Diddy after the hotel incident. She said, quote, when you get effed up the wrong way, you always want to show me that you have the power and you knock me around. I'm not a rag doll. I'm someone's child. However, a couple days after the hotel incident, Diddy asked Cassie to engage with him, which she says she thought was weird considering what happened. And so she replied to him, we need a different vibe than Friday at the Intercontinental. To which Diddy responded, F Friday, I don't even want to do that again. And Cassie responded, LOL, true.
What I find quite interesting is that even after the events of the Continental Hotel where Cassie was obviously brutally beaten, she agreed and talked about another freak-off with Diddy, as long as the vibe was different.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's that toxic shit. We fuss, we fight. It get verbal, it get physical. Then we make up and it be good again. Shit sound familiar. This whole trial, in my opinion, is exposing in so many ways how modern feminist women move. All the rhetoric. This is exposing them. Say, what do you mean? If Cassie would sit up there and do anything to get their money, what do you think these modern feminist women are doing? The same damn thing. if not, are willing to do to get their money. Large number of women are willing to sell their soul to get their money, to get their bag, to have their bills paid.
God damn it.
Internet begging, TikTok begging, Instagram begging, YouTube begging, Facebook begging, LinkedIn begging, Rumble begging, Kick It begging. Just begging your ass off. And when a man don't give you what you want, you find a way to get back at him. All this is too familiar. Number 2, Cassie know what the fuck she doing. You know what time it is. We know what time you on. You getting shit handed to you. That's that toxic shit that you're used to. And yes, I do feel sorry for your husband in a way. And in a way I don't. Because he knew who he was dealing with. He knew what type of person you were, but he stayed. Okay, then you playing Russian roulette, homie. And you hearing everything that she said when she was on that stand, nigga, you crapped out.
You see, what I believe is going on here, and I can only surmise, is that she can only find this thrill, what she wants, one place. She's only found the degeneracy that she needed in one place. So, like anybody who's has the sunk cost fallacy where they've gone so far and they can only get the satisfaction they want from one place, they believe that a little pain must come with the pleasure. Almost as if you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. And no one's saying that she deserved to get beat, but obviously, Cassie is looking like a willing participant via her own testimony.
Not only that, but as the cases continue to go on, I'm quite sure there's going to be many surprises. There's going to be many pop-ups. There's going to be many testimonies from other individuals that will make a court appearance.
Shit.
This is just the beginning. It's going to be a long summer. Make sure you got yourself a stiff drink, your shoulder pads, and your helmet. Sit back and watch the show because it's going to be a live one. It's your boy, Big Truck. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'll keep y'all updated. 1.
Access granted.